Hi, I'm Freya, a 33-year-old working mom. My husband, Sam, is the same age, and together we have a lively 5-year-old daughter named Emma. She's full of energy and curiosity, but there's one challenge we face. Emma has a severe egg allergy. It's frustrating because so many delicious foods, like fluffy omelets, are off limits for her. Thankfully, Emma is incredibly understanding of her condition and careful about what she eats, which is a huge relief. Today, we're visiting my parents, who just returned from an overseas trip. Grandma, Grandpa, we missed you so much, Emma exclaimed as she ran to greet them. Grandpa beamed. We missed you too, sweetheart. Look, I brought back some special keepsakes. And I made lots of dishes with the ingredients we brought back, Grandma added, setting down a spread of colorful plates. Yay, Emma cheered. Grandma's cooking is the best. My parents have always loved traveling, and they enjoy sharing unique ingredients from their adventures. Emma is just as excited to try new things, even though she has to be cautious. Luckily, my parents are well aware of her allergy, so I can relax when we're with them. What's this? I've never had it before. It's delicious, Emma said, munching on something new. I'm so glad you like it, Grandma smiled. Eat up. The warm family atmosphere made me wish Sam's side of the family was just as easy to be around. Why the sigh, Freya? Did something happen with them? Grandpa asked, concern in his voice. I hesitated before explaining. Sam's sister, Lisa, keeps ignoring Emma's egg allergy. She serves dishes with eggs every time we visit, even after being reminded repeatedly. Grandma's face darkened. Give me her address. I'll make her wish she'd never been born. Mom, calm down, I laughed nervously, trying to diffuse the tension. Sam's already handled it. He confronted his sister and made it clear we're keeping our distance from his family for Emma's safety. Good, Grandpa grumbled. No one messes with our little Emma. Despite Sam's efforts to distance us, trouble wasn't entirely behind us. A few days later, a package arrived at our house. Hey, something came in the mail. It's from your parents' place, Sam called out, frowning. He treated the package like it was a ticking time bomb, carefully opening it on the balcony. Inside was a box of treats, and a note from Lisa. These should be okay for Emma, right? The note read. Sam's face turned red with anger. This is harassment, he snapped. I sighed, trying to stay calm. Lisa probably thinks she's doing something nice. If she wanted to be mean, she'd send something with hidden eggs instead of clearly labeled egg cakes. That's what makes it worse, Sam grumbled. She expects gratitude for this nonsense. Food isn't guilty of anything, so let's enjoy it, Emma chimed in. But Mom, can we bake a cake together next weekend instead? Her forgiving nature warmed my heart, though I wished Lisa could learn from Emma's kindness. Unfortunately, Lisa didn't stop there. A few days later, she showed up at our house uninvited. What are you doing here? Go home, Sam said bluntly, blocking the doorway. Don't be mean. I came all this way just to see you, Lisa replied, laughing as she pushed past him. She turned to Emma. Oh, Emma, you haven't changed a bit. Still picky about your food? Still as clueless as ever. I see, Sam retorted. Do you even understand what an allergy is? Lisa ignored him and pulled out a bag of cookies. These are egg-free, so they're safe for Emma. Emma looked skeptical. Are you sure? These look like the cookies from that shop near the station, the ones with eggs. Lisa smirked. Oh no, you caught me, she said, as if it were a joke. But come on, Freya, you should teach Emma to eat eggs. She's just being picky. There's a difference between being picky and having a life-threatening allergy, I snapped. When will you grow up? Allergies aren't a joke. Lisa shrugged, still unapologetic. Kids these days, so sensitive. Sam stepped forward, his voice cold. Get out of our house, now. As Lisa left, I hugged Emma tightly, grateful for her resilience despite everything. While Lisa's actions frustrated me, Emma's ability to rise above it reminded me that kindness and understanding are the best ways to face such challenges. I'm just trying to help her get over her dislike for eggs so she won't struggle later, Lisa said smugly. I shook my head, trying to stay calm. Lisa, this isn't about disliking eggs. Allergies are a medical condition. When allergens enter the body, they trigger severe reactions, like hay fever, but far more dangerous. Pollen might cause sneezing and a runny nose, but for Emma, eggs can cause rashes, swelling, or even make it hard for her to breathe. If she ended up in the hospital because of this, you could be held responsible. Lisa rolled her eyes. Please, there's no way eating eggs could make her stop breathing. Allergies are just an overreaction people believe in these days. Stop lying and just eat eggs. Sam clenched his fists. So you're saying you don't believe in food allergies at all? Not a bit, Lisa replied, crossing her arms. And don't act like you're above this. Weren't you picky about carrots? Yeah, I didn't like carrots as a kid, but I still ate them when told to. Sam snapped. This isn't about preference. Emma has a medical condition. Do you even understand the difference? Emma stayed quiet, holding my hand tightly, as Lisa continued her tirade. But before she could say another word, the door swung open, and my parents stepped inside. Emma, we're here to help, Grandpa declared dramatically. Lisa blinked in confusion. Who are these people? My parents, I said, relieved. Perfect timing. Grandpa's face darkened as he addressed Lisa. So, you're the rude aunt who can't tell the difference between picky eating and a life-threatening allergy. Don't call me aunt, Lisa began, but Grandma cut her off. Silence. You endangered our precious Emma's life, and you think you can brush it off? People die from allergic reactions. Haven't you watched the news? Thousands of people die every year from accidentally consuming allergens. But no, you think forcing someone to eat something they're allergic to is somehow helpful. Lisa's confidence faltered as Grandma placed a small package in front of her. We brought you a gift, Grandma said sweetly. Lisa's eyes lit up. A gift? Really? Let me see. Grandpa smirked. Here you go, souvenir sparrow crackers, larva nuts, and cricket cookies. It's all edible. Lisa recoiled in horror. What? That's disgusting. There's no way I'm eating that. Grandma raised an eyebrow. Why not? You said you don't have any food allergies, and you're always lecturing others about being too picky. Go on, try it. Lisa stammered, backing away. I can't. Please, spare me. Grandpa shook his head. After everything you've said to a 5-year-old child, you're afraid to eat a few bugs? You won't die if you don't eat them, but forcing her to eat eggs could kill her. Get out of here, Lisa, and don't come back. If you do, Grandma added with a grin, I'll prepare a full bug feast just for you. Lisa fled, pale and flustered, muttering apologies as she hurried away. She never returned, and that was the end of our contact with Sam's family. We cut ties completely after that incident. At first, Sam's parents didn't believe we were serious, but when we skipped the holidays, they started to blame Lisa for ruining their relationship with their son and granddaughter. They sent apology letters and messages, but nothing came from Lisa herself, so we ignored them. Eventually, Sam blocked their numbers, and we moved to a new home. Since then, life has been peaceful and drama-free. One afternoon, Emma beamed as she greeted my parents. Grandma, Grandpa, I missed you. We missed you too, sweetie, Grandma said, hugging her. And guess what? I made your favorite pudding. Emma's eyes lit up. Pudding? Yay, but it's egg-free, right? Of course, Grandma replied proudly. Who do you think you're talking to? I can make pudding with milk, beans, or even pumpkin for a fun twist. Wow, can you teach me the recipe later? I want to make it for you, too, Emma said excitedly. Grandma smiled warmly. I'll send you the recipe, and we'll bake it together next weekend. As we all sat down to enjoy the pudding, Grandpa chuckled. Just so you know, this isn't cricket-filled pudding. Phew, I thought you were serious. Emma giggled, and the room filled with laughter. Cooking together in peace, surrounded by love, was a blessing we all cherished. Life without unnecessary drama was the sweetest treat of all. Oh, I see, Jane said, her voice loud enough to make the other parents glance in our direction. Your daughter's smart, huh? Don't get the wrong idea, though. What do you mean by that? I asked, already bracing myself for her words. Jane smirked. Even if your child is smarter than mine right now, it doesn't matter. Our children's futures were decided the moment they were born. Let's be honest, you probably don't even have the money for middle school entrance exams. Money isn't the issue, I replied firmly. We haven't even thought that far yet. They're still in primary school. Jane's laugh was harsh and dismissive. No matter how hard your daughter tries, she'll only end up average. My Lily was born with advantages your Sarah could never hope to reach. It's just reality, you should understand that by now. Before I could respond, Sarah called out, Mom, watch me answer this question. I smiled at her enthusiasm, but Jane's daughter, Lily, ran over to her mother instead. Mom, did you see how well I did? Jane frowned. Lily, if you're studying so hard, why aren't you always number one in class? You need to focus more, especially at home. I'm sorry, Lily muttered, her face falling. Jane turned back to me. Honestly, that woman is unpleasant, she said, as if Lily couldn't hear her. The school event eventually ended, and Jane approached me again. Emily, have you lost weight? She asked with a smirk. A little, I admitted, though her tone made me wary. Oh, don't get the wrong idea. Your clothes look cheap, and your complexion is terrible. Are you even eating properly? I swallowed my frustration. I've just had a lot going on. Jane's lack of sensitivity annoyed me, but I let it slide. Instead, I watched as the teacher praised Sarah for solving a difficult problem. Jane sighed loudly. Public schools really are full of surprises, she muttered. The conversation took a turn when she brought up my divorce. So, you're raising your child alone? That explains your appearance, she said, her voice dripping with mock sympathy. Your child might do okay if she works hard, but it's unfortunate she wasn't born into a better family. Imagine the potential she could have had. I clenched my fists, but before I could reply, Jane excused herself, leaving behind more insults about my poor lifestyle. That evening, as Sarah and I returned to my parents' modest, single-story house, Jane and Lily appeared at the gate. "Oh, this is your home?" Jane said, scanning the property with a sneer. "Lily, don't go near them. Poor people like this might rub off on you." "Poor?" Lily asked curiously. "That's right. People like this live in rundown houses and make no effort to improve themselves. You don't want to end up like them." Anger surged through me, but I held back. "It's one thing to insult me," I said, my voice shaking, "but I won't tolerate you mocking my family or my daughter." Jane scoffed. "Oh, please, your husband left you, and now you're stuck in this old house. It's no wonder your daughter is destined to struggle." At that moment, Sarah tugged on my hand. "Mom, can we go inside?" I nodded, ignoring Jane's taunts as we retreated to the safety of our home. A few weeks later, Jane's world took an unexpected turn. At the amusement park, Sarah and I were enjoying a rare outing when Jane approached us, flaunting her branded clothes. "You've got some nerve showing up here," she said, "with your cheap clothes. I bet one of my accessories costs more than your monthly income." "Jane, it's better to wear something comfortable when you're walking around all day," I replied calmly. Jane laughed. "Oh, are you jealous of my branded items?" Before I could respond, a man appeared beside her, her husband, Tom. "Jane, who is this?" he asked, looking confused. "Oh, just a mother friend," she said dismissively, but Tom's eyes narrowed as he recognized me. "Wait a minute," he said, his expression changing. "Aren't you?" "Yes," I said with a smile. "Nice to meet you again. I recently remarried. This is my husband, John." John stepped forward, shaking Tom's hand. "Pleasure to meet you." Jane's smug demeanor vanished instantly. "You remarried? To him?" she stammered. "How?" Tom's face paled. "John is the president of Big Spoon Foods Holdings," he said, his voice shaking. "Correct," John said calmly, "and after Emily started working at my company, we got to know each other better. She's remarkable." Jane's confidence crumbled as Tom glared at her. "Have you been rude to the president's wife?" he demanded. I didn't mean to," Jane stammered. "I was just lying, as usual," Sarah said suddenly, her voice clear and strong. "You always lie about me, too." Tom turned to his daughter. "Lily, is that true?" Lily nodded. "Mom never lets me play or have friends. She only cares about studying." "I hate it, Dad. I want to live with you." Tom's expression hardened. "Jane, I've had enough of your selfishness. We're getting a divorce." "What?" Jane shouted, her voice rising in panic. "You can't be serious." But Tom didn't waver. He took Lily's hand and walked away, leaving Jane standing alone.